We're going to finish up tourism and start lodging today, okay? So real quick, we've talked about tourism and people traveling. And one of the things that we know without a doubt is that most people who travel for leisure purposes. It's estimated that 70% of travel out there is leisure for vacation. 20% is business, and 10% is other. I haven't quite figured out what other is yet. Maybe you go for a funeral or something. It's not business, it's not pleasure, so it's other. Okay? So again, if I were to ask you on a test, what's the majority of travel out there, you would know that it would be leisure, okay? Now, there are very different characteristics of leisure travelers and business travelers, okay? And again, here's an economic term, hopefully you understand. Business travel is inelastic. What does inelastic mean when we talk about travel in terms of the economics? Yes, sir?
Hard to change. Hard to change.
Hard to change, yeah. Basically, prices will have little effect on demand. And I would take that even a step further and say the economy has little effect on demand. And let me explain that. Inelasticity basically means as conditions change, the demand stays relatively the same. So if you were going to plot that on a curve or a graph, as a condition went up or down, the demand would stay pretty level. Now, why is that? Why is business travel, first of all, typically inelastic with regards to price?
Because people got to do it.
People got to do it.
Most times the businesses take care of the financial aspects.
Yeah.
Excellent. You're exactly right. I'm not paying for it. So they raise the price on me $10. The company will pick it up, right? So that's what we mean by inelastic. And you were correct in that, even in tough economic times, people will travel for business. In fact, I've often thought of doing a study to determine if demand actually goes up a little bit. Why? In bad economic times.
If the economy's bad, people are trying harder to make more sales, make more money.
Excellent. You're exactly right. The week after September 11th, I went down to my sales team and I said, we got to try harder. We got to go out and find more business. Things are going to get tough here really quick. Travel more, go talk to your clients, get out there, bring in more business, right? And so that's what we mean by inelastic. And typically business travelers are non-seasonal as well. It kind of goes up and down, and if you look at like the summertime, business travel dips down because people are taking vacations and it's not a good time to be going out and getting business. But in, January, February, March, it typically goes up a little bit, okay? So that's business travel. Leisure travel tends to be the opposite. It's very elastic, meaning demand will rise or fall depending on the price, okay? And it's seasonal. When we talk about elastic, here would be the price curve or the price graph for prices for leisure travel. As prices go up, demand goes down. And I always had a hard time when I was, an undergrad, elastic or inelastic. I always remembered, as you stretch more, you need to have elasticity. So if you're having a hard time remembering that, just picture, I should probably do a graph there, but picture there being a greater separation in the distance between them is stretching. That's why we mean it's elastic. Does that make sense? Same thing with the economy, okay? As the economy gets worse, or as people perceive the economy is worse, Do they travel as much as they have in the past? Absolutely not. Why?
They need to save money.
Hmm?
They need to save money.
Need to save money? Yeah, why?
Because the economy is not good. Things are more expensive. They can't afford as many things. Their jobs might be in jeopardy.
Yeah, that's the key is I don't know if I'm going to have a job next month. So why should I spend $1,000 to go to Vegas when I might not have work and I need to save that money? You're exactly right. And I always say, and I'm not a tourism economist. Dr. Cardonis is really more in tune with this than I am. But I do know things from running hotels. And I will say that it's strange because you can look at the numbers and say we're in a great economy, but I always looked at consumer confidence. It's how the consumers feel about the economy. And I've been, I've lived a long life and I've seen up economies and down economies. And I call it a leading indicator. I could tell, even the economy's sailing along, I could tell the trouble was on the horizon because I could start to see my leisure travel dip a little bit. And this happened actually right before the housing crisis. I was talking to my friends that were in the business still. I had been out of the business of teaching. But they're saying something's going on, right? Because our leisure travel's starting to dip down a little bit when it should be sailing right along. And so, if you want to do research on this, there's a lot of opportunities to do it. It's really interesting to look at leisure and business travel and kind of macroeconomics. Okay? All right. So why do people travel for leisure? Well, why do you travel for leisure? Why do you go on vacation?
Have a good time.
Have a good time? Good? All right. Yes,
So
sir.
get away from where where your hometown or whatever.
Yeah, see the world. Good. Get away and see and experience new things. New experiences. Good. Relax. I like that.
Visit family.
Visit family. Excellent.
The view.
The view. Yeah. Honeymoon. Yeah. You going on a honeymoon soon? All right. People travel for leisure to experience new surroundings. We covered that. Different cultures, see different things. Rest and relax. Excellent. Visit friends and family. And here's a new one, actually. And this is kind of a developing market out there. Anybody do amateur sports in here? Yeah, what do you do?
In high school, I played basketball year-round with AAU.
Yeah, travel team, right?
Yeah, so you do it to get college scouts and just more visibility. But yeah, I would travel to I'm from New Jersey, but I would go to Florida, Pennsylvania, New York. I went to LA once, so yeah, that's definitely.
That's a huge market now, is the travel teams. For kids, and not just kids, adults. Anybody on a softball league? Okay. Do you guys travel any? You go maybe? Oh, see. All right. Play a few games, go out and get some beers afterwards type of thing? Yeah. This is a really big developing marketing. And do I have any sports majors in here? Right? And this is a growing phenomenon. As we tend to emphasize healthier lifestyles, we emphasize sports and recreation. And I think that this is going to be a market that, bless you, as people, take this a little bit more serious. I'm obviously not going to go pro, but, hanging out with my friends on a softball team, that's my recreation, and that's a great reason to travel. So there are all kinds of amateur recreational facilities going up around the country. And I'm not just talking about team sports, I'm talking about anybody kayak? Any kayakers out there? Scuba divers?
I have jet ski.
Okay, jet ski, there you go. There's all these greater opportunities to go out and do neat mountain climbing, whitewater rafting, all of these things that maybe weren't around 30, 40 years ago that are almost a staple now of the economy. And so We in the hotel industry and the travel industry need to recognize this. How about runners? Any runners in here? Yeah, guys, you ever go and do a marathon somewhere else, or?
Just for high school, I mean, we go out to do like meets in Kentucky and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, after high school though, I mean, just, no? How about you?
Going to Charleston Marathon in April.
Great. I did the Disney Marathon last year, and so I mean, the running opportunities are incredible out there. And again, it's all people traveling, part of this healthier lifestyle.